Hello, my Rosalinds and Rosikins. Mother is back, and I'm here with another video. So, this is another episode of our Privileged Plights series. And in this video, I want to talk about the fact that we are seen as trophies and property. We're not seen as a person, right? And that is a privileged plight that us brown cis dark skinned exoticals face. And you see that within the black community, within our family dynamics, and within our dating life, and even friends. It's not lost on any pretty girl that's listening to this that you most likely have people that want to be in your life simply because you make them look better. So they see you as a prize, as a trophy, as property. You even have possessive friends that, are afraid of you having friendships with other people because they're scared that you will favor the other friendships over theirs because you bring a certain type of power and privilege with you just by being their friend, and they don't want to lose that. Another thing I think about too is the fact that with men, a lot of men see you as an extension of themselves because you're their woman, and in a patriarchal view, you belong to them if you are dating and or married to them, right? And they feel as though every little thing you do reflects on them. And to a certain extent, when you pair yourself to anyone in this society and in the world, right, and throughout your life, they say birds of a feather flock together, right? So yes, there is going to be some type of representation that you have for the ones that associate with you in your life. So that is true to a certain extent, but a lot of men take it a step further because they feel that you are a prize, you are something to be claimed, something to be possessed. And so they will make it their business to police you, what you wear, how you act, who you're with, etc. And they would treat you as a part of something that they own, right? If you disagree with certain things that they feel strongly about, they will take it more personal, right? Because they see you as their woman, right? And they will make it an issue, and it can cause arguments, it can cause physical harm, it can cause emotional abuse, even sexual abuse, where, in certain dynamics, even within marriage, yes, a woman can still be raped. And men will, feel that because they are in a relationship with you, that they can have you sexually whenever they want, and because they feel that you are theirs, you're their property, you know. And so you just want to be aware of that. Because, when you are a brown cis dark skin exotical, some of your privileged plights are that you are seen as a trophy and as property. And, another thing I want to talk about too is that I remember that I had a gentleman that was very interested in me. And he was someone who is of African descent, and he was very sweet, but I sometimes found to be egotistical. But I distinctly remember a conversation where he told me that all he would care about is having me on his arm, and he wouldn't care if I dress sexy or look sexy because at the end of the day, I'm his, right? And he wants other men to thirst after me, but at the end of the day, I'm still his. So he wants to have those bragging rights that other men want what he has, which would have been me in a relationship. So I say that to say that in that situation, I would be seen as a trophy. Now, is it wrong or bad to be seen as a beautiful woman, a prize, right? No, it's nothing wrong with that, but it is something wrong when people start to treat you only as that, right? I believe a successful man that has a good head on his shoulder, that treats you respectfully, is a prize, right? I believe that a beautiful woman that has a good head on her shoulder, that treats people right, is a prize, right? I believe that it's okay to admit that you are a valuable person and someone will be lucky to have you in life, right? But the problem is when all someone sees is how you benefit them as a prize and not you as a person, right? And so I want to say, my Rosalynds, that unfortunately, a lot of people, family, friends, even people that you are just trying to get to know romantically, they're going to see you especially as a prize and as property because they understand that you're a hot commodity. They're going to feel that they own you because they're scared to lose you, to the point where they deal with it in an unhealthy way, where they try to police what you wear, police where you go, police how you think, right? Police how you view them, even. I mean, when it comes down to society valuing and also trying to conquer beautiful women, they hold no punches. And your family, friends, and potential romantic partners are no different. And so I want you to understand that just because people see you as trophy and property doesn't mean that that's all that you are. It doesn't mean that you deserve to be objectified in that sense, right? I also want to say it's okay to take pride in the fact that you are a hot commodity. It's okay to take pride in the fact that you are a prize to be won to a certain extent, right? That's not all you are, but it's okay to be desired. There's nothing wrong with that, and put on a pedestal, right? I remember Exalcos United always talks about, she's never getting off the pedestal. And Exalcos, we're not getting off either, right? And especially as brown, so dark skin Exalcos, we should not be getting off, and we're not. And so it's nothing wrong with being on a pedestal. It's nothing wrong with getting privileges. It's nothing wrong with people wanting you and be willing to compete with others for you. There's nothing wrong with that. But it is something wrong with an unhealthy possessiveness and possession like mentality towards you. Because at the end of the day, even though you are a beautiful woman, you are a person, you are human, you have flaws, you have things that, are not perfect about you. And not only that, you have desires. You have the ability to change. You have the ability to change the way you think, the way you talk, the way you dress. You have autonomy, is what I'm trying to say, Rosalind. And so it's not fair to us when people treat us like trophies and freaking prizes and property all the time just because we have privilege in this society, because that is inhumane. It's just wrong. And I can't help but think of a lot of famous, beautiful women who have gone through this too, where basically them being seen as a prize led to their death. Well, not even just a prize, but property and a trophy and a prize led to their death, dealing with very toxic people. And one of those things I could think about is what I'm going to say is like Marilyn Monroe. I feel like she's a perfect example of when a beautiful woman is coveted, marketed, and also seen as being owned in society, and how it can propel a tragic ending because of your beauty, right? And because they see you as a trophy, they see you as something to attain by any means necessary. I can't help but think of all the predators that were around her. And I know there are multiple women from all cultures that have dealt with this too. Not just, brown slash dark skin exoticals, but I focus on us because I am one. So my thing though is this, like, Marilyn Monroe, I think of her, I think of how she dealt with anxiety, how she dealt with mental health, but all people saw was her beauty. And even to this day, that's all a lot of people see. It takes a very relatable person to understand some of the plights that she had, because she had privileged plights, very much so, to the point that the plights overconsumed and conquered her. I believe due to the lack of support and love and healing that she needed. And that's the fate that I don't want us Rosalynds to go down. And I know a lot of Rosalynds have went down that path, unfortunately. I know a lot of us have had certain moments in our life when we were conquered by our privileged plights. So again, I'm not here to throw no rocks. I totally get it, my Rosalynds. But all I'm saying, all Mother is saying, is that you just need to be aware and understand your privileged plights. And one of those things is that people are going to treat you like a trophy and think you're their property. And if someone keeps doing that to you and you have these conversations with them, if you choose to, you don't even have to have conversations to clarify how they're making you feel. You can literally ghost them. You don't have to have certain people in your life. It's okay. But if someone is doing this and you want to have a conversation, do not be afraid to have it. Let them know, and let them know that this is a boundary and that you're your own person. You don't owe them anything. They do not have access to your body whenever they want it, even if you are dating or married to them. Consent is real, and also the fact that you will not be around people that objectify you, whether you're family, friends, romantic partner, whomever. You just make that clear, and if they continue, you distance yourself or you go ghost. So it's that simple. Like, my Rosalynds, you are the prize, but you are not to always be objectified as property or a trophy, because that is dehumanizing you, and it's inhumane and unfair, and it can lead to a tragic, privileged plight conquering of your very soul, if you do not create those boundaries. Okay, and with that, Mother is going to say ciao.